this show is Jonathan Larson's autobiography. Jonathan Larson unfortunately passed away from Marfan syndrome. In doing this show, you very much have to stay true to what he was saying because it's his personal experience. This wasn't an imaginary circumstance once upon a time. This was real. And so I think you have to stay true to that. Otherwise, it can come off as fake. I want them to love this piece as much as I do. And I really want that human damn connection. That doesn't exist in real life. Don't touch me in real life. But I mean, if we're talking about theater, let's touch. Being a thespian has made me the overly confident human being that I am. I have this severe tendency to be very, very loud. Really, I'm almost a caricature of a human being. I only have really theater to blame for that. Joining just not only made me louder, but it gave me confidence to be who I want to be. Theater made me like myself. And it's very hard to like yourself, especially since I'm not like thin or like gorgeous. I'm gorgeous. But it's hard to like yourself when you're told you're not supposed to. And I think theater really helped me figure all that out and figure out my own worth and how to like myself and what that means personally to me. I want to make a show where people not only had fun working on it, but I want them to really love what they're working on and not be like, oh, I have to go get ready for the show I'm in. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. Get into the space to start building, or you don't have to be on stage to sew, or to do whatever, or to find costume pieces, but.
Cool. So we didn't really want to put down anything too concrete until we saw it was in stock. Mm-hmm. So we've come up with a color palette and some general silhouettes for the characters.
Fantastic. I really liked your color palettes. Can we go back to those on the slide?
Yes.
Was this the entire show, or was more emerald green meant for just Susan, or?
We were thinking Susan to highlight her.
Okay. I really like that combination of those three colors.
Okay, cool.
They presented me a lot of really cool ideas. Everything was very new, and I'm not very technical in my brain. Having those people who think like costume designers and like lighting and set designers was very interesting.
And, they have a very soft light, so I would like to utilize that. However, they also have a series of LED instruments, which I think for the moments where he's enclosed in himself would be a very nice effect because they tend to have cooler colors, you know?
Yeah.
So I think I'd like to use, like a warmer light when he, people are all around him, but when he closes in, just...
I really like what you said about the warmth when there are more people and have it being more cold or solidified when it's just him.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I see in my head.
Hooray.
They really took what I said, put it into their own feelings and thoughts on the script and what they thought about the feelings in the characters. And I think that's fantastic.
You could do this in like a bare stage and it would work just fine.
Yes.
I think one way we could make it more fun is to do it super stylized and maybe do like comic book style since you wanted the black and white. So like the skyline would look like a comic book skyline in the black and white shades.
Mm-hmm. So I think that the levels for sure are fantastic. And I do like that John's platform's his apartment.
30 flights. Yeah.
30 flights. You obviously read it. The most difficult thing I would say is actually this technical part. They're not innate in my nature. Because being the director is very humbling. You have to be the ship in the storm. You have to be the leader. And while I like to think of myself as a natural leader, it's different to be constantly on that game and on that level. In general, I want people who will do the most, who aren't going to be afraid to try anything. Whether I'm like, hey, guess what? You're now a dog in this scene. Please act like a dog. That's not going to happen. But, I don't know. Everyone's going to say, I want people who are easy to work with. But, I will take what I get. And easy to work with is super hard to define anyway. Does that mean they're nice? Does that mean they motivate themselves? Does that mean they take notes? I really just want people who are going to do their best and going to try their best. The Johns will come in first. You will sing your song, and then you will read the monologue. Then you will go outside and find a Susan or a Michael and read with them. But everyone else needs to go outside. If you are reading for John, the character, y'all will be first.
I shouldn't bring my actual phone in there, but...
No, you can.
I could?
Yeah, and okay, so on audition techniques, but like if you're using the phone as a prop,
Oh, then I certainly could use it.
yes. So like,
experience. If it's me or if it's other people.
I put it on my sheet. It's like not like I would be absent.
Whoops. Sorry, Mike. Hello?
What?
If you don't get it together, it's
Yeah.
it's the anticipation. Because before you're like, oh, okay, it's just an audition, and when you're actually in there, it's like, okay, like I'm normal nervous, but while waiting, it's like, okay.
That and like afterwards, like waiting for the call. I think it's also kind of.
Oh, that's the worst part.
I just use that as like, oh, this character, she's very excited for this thing. So I'm gonna use that nervousness instead of like, oh, like be afraid, just give it all.
You just have to use your nervous energy some way. Like it's not gonna go away. You just have to put it to use. So you put it into your character or you put it into your audition. And it's that way you can say, okay, I'm done. Like I gave it all I could. So be it. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't.
Everyone's gonna experience failure, even in like theater, singing, anything. Like you're gonna experience it.
I'm excited to be working with people who have done some music stuff before. I've always had like a lot of different things that I do other than just like singing, other than just playing the piano, or like directing a band, musical arranging. And so this like took in like the biggest encompassment of all the different music things I could do.
Everyone who auditioned was very talented, which I was like, oh, you all just made my life fun, but also incredibly difficult. Mostly because I not only have to look at who I want to work with and how well they did, but conflicts and how well they can sing and how they pick up music, and it's a lot more than you think. It's way more than a play. It's twice the amount.
Larissa Reyes for Susan.
Because that's 1/3 of all my anxiety gone. Jeffrey? Jeffrey? Yeah, yes.
I don't know.
I love him.
I can agree with, like, I'm cool with him over, like,
Keep the best to us.
I know, but you know, you really have been going all out.
I like it. Keep this right.
What?
No. It's just, sometimes I wonder that why that Susan says she wants.
I feel like always when there's a protagonist in the role and you see the world through their eyes, there's always some bias when it comes to the other characters. So I feel like with Susan, it could be viewed as that she's selfish or that she doesn't understand or something like that. When really, I feel like she just has she has different dreams. You know, she wants a family. She doesn't want to live in this city that, you know, drags her down, that's so competitive that there's not a lot of opportunity for her to like live a nice life. At first, when I decided to do theater, I wanted actually to be, I didn't want to be an actor at first. I was like, yeah, I can't. But as I was stage managing the show, I would watch just the people on stage from the wings, and it was like, actually that's what I want to be doing.
I'm a double major here at UTEP. I'm a BFA in dance and a BFA in theater with a concentration in music theater. I started kind of late In theater, I started about when I was like 17, 18. I didn't start as a little kid. I actually wanted to be a doctor. But I mean, that's kind of the reason why I got into theater. Was actually kind of funny because I changed my major like 11 times because I kind of wanted to do everything. And somebody once told me like, I don't think you want to be all those things. I think you just want to experience like being in those environments. So they're like, you might want to be an actor. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. It allows me to access different, I guess, abilities of myself. It allows me to connect with aspects of my personality that I really don't give much attention to.
Why shouldn't I have the time to take why should I be allowed to enjoy those things while I have the chance? I mean, energy for me is, at least on stage, well, actually what I like about it is no matter how tired someone is or how maybe crappy their day was before or that day, once you're on stage, at least for me, I can literally just put everything aside and I am energetic.
I love the raw aspect of it. I love the, in a sense, immediate gratification that you get when you're there in the audience right there, you know, and you're bad, you're good. Whether you have somebody at the edge of their seat or they're crying or they're laughing. But yeah, just that raw, organic aspect of live performance.
Jeffrey, for Johnny Can't Decide, if you don't sit down until basically the beginning of that music break before Lottie's verse, that'll help fill the airtime, and then you can look over at her and Lottie, then you can turn it out to the audience.
Okay.
It's not the, here's all my frustration, it's, yes ma'am. You can literally talk to any single person. If there's any designers here, you can talk to any one of them. You can just talk to everyone but me. I can tell when you're straining.
Yeah.
Because neck fade.
Okay.
Does not read.
Okay.
It just looks like you're bored.
Okay.
You're doing the hello echo thing?
I didn't even notice that, yeah.
No, you didn't get too spicy too fast. Lottie got spicy too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hitting everything correctly, but sometimes it's getting a little pausy.
Okay.
Because you're like, for real, I wrote, Jeffrey, why are you scary? Oh, yeah. Becky's main thing. No, okay, later you said, I'm so happy, or I'm full of hope, or something like that. You're doing this thing, which I know, this is how I blocked it, but you stand here, or like you'll come in here and you'll be like, John, breathe, and then you'll just move here, and then this is how you're talking to him. You guys have been dating for 2 years. You can touch him, you can be closer with him. Because I know there was movement there, because you didn't know what to do, because you started like, pacing back and forth. You're not telling us anything. You're just putting 5 words that sound kind of okay together. Yeah.
I think it takes courage to like.
Hi.
I think your heart is serious.
I think energy is, there's a lot of different aspects of it. That's one of the most beautiful parts of theater. That energy comes from inside the actors. It comes from the energy like of the actors combined. It comes from the audience. It comes from absolutely everywhere.
I can connect a lot with the character. I feel that I am Johnny in my core, being present and being involved with your partners or the audience, since that happens a lot here in this show. I think that's what I would say is the energy of theater.
It speaks to me and on a very deep level because I'm in that position in life. It wasn't very hard to get into being Michael. He is gay and I'm straight. I mean, that didn't really play a factor for me. I think it was more me utilizing my experiences from my friends because they're in that same boat that Michael is. So I pulled from them. So in terms of difficulty, it wasn't very difficult, but it was a fun journey, I would say. Yeah. One more time?
Let's do it one more time.
Yesterday was like huge anxiety levels for Rachel. And after the show last night, I was like, okay, tomorrow's gonna be great. Oh my god, it's gonna be good. Imagine that. So, okay, so I was just told, opening weekend sold out.
What the fuck? Opening weekend sold out? Yeah. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. I honestly did not expect it because Tick Tick Boom is not a very like well-known musical.
I okayed it yesterday.
I feel nervous, excited,
So at this point, I'm actually just gonna.
That's a lot of people watching me.
Where should I go today? Where should I go today? Where should I?
The important thing to know about this show is that this is the student side dish production. Every single person who worked on this show is a student. So please enjoy the show. Thank you guys.
I saw you. I saw you. Oh my God. I saw you. Both you and Jeff at one point.
That's the first thing she said. That's not
Good job, guys. She looks like she's